Hello, North End. We're cautiously excited to open up for live worship services in person this Sunday. To that end, we're doing several things to try to make it as safe as possible. One of the things that we're doing is we're going to have two worship services this Sunday for two purposes. One, to give us more opportunity to spread out so we can social distance and so we can keep one another safe. But we're going to start at 9 a.m. with a special worship service for our senior adults, 65 and above, and for those who have compromised immune systems and their adult families. We're going to try to keep this all adults because adults are better able to social distance. And we hope that this will be a very safe opportunity for those who have concerns where they can worship in safety and security. At 11 a.m., we have worship for all ages. Could you be 65 and above to come at 11 a.m.? Of course you can. I do want you to pray about coming to the earlier service just for your own protection. But we're excited about having both of these services. We're also going to live stream both of these worship services. We're taking a lot of precautions to try to make this as safe as possible, but we need your help. Here's some things that I'd like to ask you to do. One, we're going to wait till about 15 minutes before each service to open it up. To give us time to sanitize and be set up, we're going to get your families to come in one at a time or groups at a time. We're going to ask you to wear a mask. And if you need a mask, we have masks available that will be available at both doors. We're going to enter all from the back of the parking lot by the playground or by the kitchen. And if there's a group, sort of keep social distancing, we'll let that group in and then we'll let the next group in. We ask you not to just congregate in the hallways. We know we're so glad to see one another, but let's try to do this as quickly and as safely as possible. Do things as simple as when you cough, cover your face. But let me say this, we are taking precautions, but just because we're taking these precautions and just because we're opening up, we're not saying that, man, everybody in the church needs to get back to church immediately. I would love to have the church house full. I miss you. But saying that, there are people who have compromised immune systems and health issues that they need to really prayerfully consider staying home. We're still going to be online during this time. But that's really a decision only you can make. I encourage you to read the CDC guidelines and the governor's office guidelines, the president's. There's a lot of good guidance out there. I do think it'll be safer for you at the 9 a.m. service that's set aside for others. But let me say this, if you're suffering from one or especially more than one of the following things, you may need to really consider staying home for a little longer. And if you need something, we're here for you. Call us. We want to do what we can to help. But if you have diabetes, if you're actively dealing with cancer, if you have uncontrolled hypertension, if you have an autoimmune disorder, in addition to things just like age and obesity, these are things that make you so much more susceptible. And so we're in God's hands and we trust in Him, but we need to be wise and do our best to protect ourselves. My theme verse during all this is Isaiah 7:4. Be careful, keep calm, and do not be afraid. I'm not afraid because I know who has me, and that's Jesus. And whether I live or die, I'm in His hand. And so I'm good with that. But I want to do everything I can to be careful and to protect you. And so just prayerfully consider that. Now, sometimes to make a decision, you need to know a little more information. So let me just share with you some things that we're doing to keep things safe for you. Well, we're live streaming the services. And if you don't feel it's time for you to come back, watch at home. We'll be glad. There's occasionally a glitch. Well, if there is, hey, we will get it up soon. Nice thing, we have two worship services, so it should be better. We're not going to have a nursery. And so that means you and your family need to sit together. I would love to provide a nursery for you, but just that is not following the recommendations at this time. And so We're not going to do that. Um, have you been to a Buc-ee's? You know, they're sort of the hero of keeping things clean. We're going to have people that are constantly cleaning the church, the doorknobs, the bathrooms during the entire service. You know, I think that will go a long way in the restrooms as well to keep things safe. So we're going to do that. We've installed hand sanitizer stations where you can go. They're touchless, and you put your hand underneath there. It'll provide the hand sanitizer so you can keep your hands clean. We're not going to pass an offering plate. If you would like to give your offering as you leave, at the doors on either side, there will be boxes that you can put your offering envelope in or your money in. We've installed HEPA filter systems in some of the areas, especially that do not filter as much. We're sanitizing the building ahead of time. We're trying our best to do everything we can to make the building safe. But still, I want to encourage you to pray and seek God and ask Him, what would He have you to do? And, you know, if you pray and you feel it's time for you and your family to stay home, we understand that, and we're still here for you, and we're not judging you in that at all. If you feel led to be a part of a worship service, we look forward to having you here. Do your best to help protect others. Thank you. You have a blessed day.